Hey everyone, I hope you guys had a great Wednesday. So obviously Digihost provided their December numbers. So we'll get into those right now. Let's take a look at their stock price, see how they did today. The miners were up today as well, so that's a good thing. Bitcoin was up as well, so we'll take a look at Bitcoin as well right after this Digihost here. As always, not financial advice, for entertainment only. Do your own research, don't fall for scams, and spam posts get reported and deleted. All right, so here we have Digihost on the daily chart. We can see that it had a nice day up yesterday and a nice day up even today. It finished out the day at 429. It was up 9.44%, and I think it did pretty well compared to the other miners. I don't think anybody else did any better than them. Most of the other miners were up maybe 2-4%. If we look at Hut was up 1.9. Iran was up only 0.65. Mara was up 2.64. Riot was up 6.3, and Mawson was up 6.3 and Riot was up 0.129. The other thing that I noticed on Digihost was the analysts increased their targets on them from on the high, average, and low to 840. They were at 820. So I've updated that in my spreadsheet as well. So let's take a look at Bitcoin here really quick. Bitcoin has had definitely nice kind of 5 days. It obviously wicked down 2 days ago. On January 10th here, we came down to about 39,500, and then we came back up on it. And then obviously we've had nice 2 days here, and then we're kind of battling with 40,000 right now. We did wick up to about 44,289, and then we got rejected from that, came back down. And then we also tested it, the 44,000 mark here on the new day time frame on it as well, and came back down on it. So we'll have to see how this plays out going forward, but at least we're up and positive. We're in the uptrend, so we'll see how this goes. I still think, depending how things turn out, I wouldn't be surprised if we come back down and touch the 40,000 mark again here to test it. But we've obviously been testing our support here at 40,700. We've touched it a couple of times here, obviously 3 times, and we've bounced above it. So that's a good sign. If we come back down and test it a couple more times, we may be falling down to the 37,500 mark from there. So here's the news report from Moss. Let me turn this off. So, not Moss and Digihost. So Digihost reports a record 172 Bitcoin mines in Q4 2021, in addition to a 328% increase in Q4 year-over-year Bitcoin production, and announces restatements of Q3 2021 financial statements. The important parts are here highlighted. So year-over-year quarterly comparison, the company mined approximately 108.11 more BTC in Q4 2021 compared to Q4 2020, representing an increase of approximately 168% using the December 31, 2021 and December 31, 2020 closing BTC prices from CoinDesk. The value of the company's BTC mined in Q4 2021 increased by approximately 6.6 million, or 328% compared to Q4. Obviously, Bitcoin price has gone up since last year. Nice increase obviously here, 108 more Bitcoins mined in the quarter for Q4 in this year, in 2021 compared to 2020. Value obviously has gone up as well, so a difference of 6.1 million in basically revenue. Production highlights for December 2021. So they mined 61.53 Bitcoins during the month, increasing total holdings to 631.86 BTC, valued at approximately 293 million, as of December 31, based on BTC price of 46,306. So they still hold Ethereum holdings of 100.89 Ethereum. And that's valued at approximately 3.7 million as of December, with based on a price of 3,683. Total digital assets and inventory value consisting of BTC and Ethereum approximately 33 million as of December 31. They have year-to-date deposits of approximately 34.5 million on equipment and infrastructure targeted to be installed in Q1 2022 pertaining to the company's BTC mining operations. During the month of December, the company received 2,480 new technologically advanced high-performance M30 BTC miners. The miners for the use in its mining operations, so that's great. So we had a nice increase here, obviously, in the month of December on that. The company's current hash rate was approximately 415 petahash at December 31, 2021, and is expected to increase to approximately 1.2 exahash by the end of Q1 2022. So that's going to be obviously a nice increase here of about 800 or so petahash just in the next 3 months. So that's good to know. Other thing that's interesting here is BTC mining update for so those are just the numbers here, what they mined each month. And then where was this other part down? Here it is. Corporate updates for December 21. So as of December 31, 2021, approximately 6,500 of those miners have been received. The remaining miners from the orders are expected to arrive at Digihost data center over the course of the next 2 months in the following tranches. So 2,000 in January, so that's good. And then the rest of it will be 1,400 in February of 2022. The company's strategic co-mining agreement with Bit Digital USA Inc. is in process with expected completion of the deployment of BTB miners in Digihost premises by the end of Q2. So that's obviously not until possibly June sometime. They executed on a 99-year ground lease of its mining farm, and then this is obviously, this is also important here. So as announced in March 24, 2021 press release, the company previously signed a binding agreement for the purchase of a 60-megawatt power plant located in the state of New York. As of December 31, 2021, Digihost had received all planning board permits and compliance approvals required to ramp up the facility build-out with an expected completion timeframe of mid-February 2022. The company is currently continuing to wait for final Public Service Commission approval of the power plant acquisition. So they're still waiting on that, but they're obviously hoping to get it all done by February 2022, which is great. And obviously 60 megawatts is a lot of power that would obviously give them a lot more room to put in more miners in there. Let me see if there was anything else. I think that was it. So let's take a look at the numbers here that I have on them. And I have it in 2 sheets. I have it in the old spreadsheet for 2021, and then we'll look at the new one coming up for 2022. So here we can see that obviously we had an update in the analyst buy rating. We still have buy rating, but they increased their target to 840. We have obviously all of the December, November, and October numbers for mining. Obviously, they had a little bit less mined in December than November. And this is partially because of the increase in hash rate, and they didn't get above that by getting more miners installed. So that's why we had basically a 10% decrease in the month here, December, compared to November. So they were down 7.48 Bitcoins less than in November. What else do we have here? Okay. The other part in here is they said that they have 415 petahash of miners. This represents basically all of these miners here being in operation right now. So it's these 3 here, 415 would give us these miners here. And then they obviously have about 6,990 left to be installed, which would get them up to the 1.1 I have right here, 1.14 exahash. They're saying 1.2, so it's pretty close to what they're saying. So these might be a little bit higher hash rate than what I have here as the 93, based on what they provided for the hash rate when they purchased these. These were the 10,000 that they purchased a while back. So based on this information, we got them at 6.2 million revenue, basically. But this does not include any hosting revenue that they may have. So this is just for their own Bitcoin mining. It's 6.25 roughly. So on that information, we can go here and we have them basically making for the combined 4 quarters of 2021 at 21 million roughly. The last 3 quarters were about 15 million, and then obviously this last quarter was 6.25. So at 50% discount, we're looking at a price target of possibly 469 with a price to earnings multiple of 10. That gets us pretty close to where they are now at 425. Obviously, if we're using the 75% net income with a PE of 10, we're at 703. And then if they can get the investors to buy into what they're doing, if we get up to 20 PE, we're looking at 938 and 1407 between there someplace. So they are undervalued based on the amount that they are mining and generating. And we'll just have to see, obviously, what their numbers are for expenses. So that's what I have them here for the old year 2021 as far as where they should be. And then let's take a look at the new numbers here, which are going to be a lot more accurate. So Digihost here. I'm using the Bitcoin price right now of 43,594, which is basically where Bitcoin is right now. And then we're using the average hash rate, start date, and end hash rate as well. So we get really good numbers here going forward. So Digihost right now, I have them at basically with all these miners being installed here. We still have some miners to get installed as well. along here. I've kind of divvied these up a little bit more. They still said that they have 2,140, so that means those are going to have, looks like 3,590 left. That should get installed sometime. So based on this, the 415 gets us to right there. So I have those mining basically all of January and then going forward throughout the year, so February, March through December. Based on those numbers, we are at basically, if we still use the price earnings multiple of 10, we're looking at for the first quarter between 561 and 841 numbers right now. If they get more miners obviously installed, that's going to change because it's going to increase the price. Also, if Bitcoin price changes, if it goes down, that's going to change. If Bitcoin price goes up, that's going to change as well. Plus, we'll have to monitor the hash rate, see how the hash rate does to get more accurate numbers, but we'll obviously keep an eye on that as well. For the year right now, I have them at, with just the miners they have installed, Bitcoin price where it's at, hash rate where it's at. If everything stays the same, we have them at 34 million basically in mining revenue. Gross mining revenue, and then obviously price to earnings multiple of 20, and this is a 75% net income from that 34 million. And I think if we can see if we can change this to possibly 10, actually we are using 815. So let's change that to 10 here really quick, and we can see where they would possibly be at. So $11 roughly on the stock price is kind of where I see them where they should be if they were valued properly, I think. So interesting to see that they are getting things in. I think it's a good stride forward for them. They obviously have to get more miners installed. They are one of the smaller miners, obviously, not only for market cap. Market cap on them is only 100 million, but their hash rate is going to be obviously lower than any of the other miners that I cover. So one thing I would like for them to announce is maybe getting more miners in, trying to grow a little bit faster than they are currently. But other than that, based on what they're mining, they should be a lot higher in my opinion. Not financial advice, do your own research as always, but this is kind of where I see things. So let me know what you guys think of this. Obviously, if you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell, and just leave a comment down below. I love talking to you guys in the comments. Appreciate you guys watching. Thanks so much. Have a great evening, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye.